What's up, guys? Today we are ranking the 10 Valorant characters from worst to best. I'm going to be giving you their ranking and why I think that's their ranking. These are my opinions. Yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Hope you guys learned something from this as well. At number 10, we have Omen. I put Omen all the way down here because his abilities don't really do too much. His ult is really recognizable, as you can see here. He makes a huge shadow and it is very obvious. So for those reasons, he's down there at number 10. In the number 9 spot, we have Raze. I personally do main Raze, but with her RPG being her really insane item, as you can see there, doing 150 damage straight up, one shot, it is the only item that really does make that big of a difference on the game. Now, with there only being one grenade that you can throw, it is not that useful. The blast packs, they're good, but not that insane as well. And then her bomb buddy. This is probably her best ability other than her ult, in my opinion. It is really good to have some recon being done, but overall, I just feel like she should not be at the top, and there are better operators than her. At number 8, we have Breach. Breach is in this position because none of his abilities are really that insane. His ult is good, as you can see here. It does a good amount of area, but overall his abilities just are not as up to the level as the characters that are rated higher than him in this video. So that's the reasoning that he is all the way down there in the number 8 spot. Now up to number 7, we have Jett. Jett does have some pretty good abilities, like her dash and her boost, but overall she's not the best character in the game. There are some characters that do way more than her. Her ult is a little bit lackluster, as you can see here. It does 200 damage, but it's not the easiest to use. Her cloud burst as well, only do a short area and for a short time. So for those reasons, Jett is down to the number 7. In the 6th slot, we have Brimstone. Brimstone's ult is very good. It does a lot of damage, and it does get him a good amount of kills. But overall, none of his other abilities are really that insane. He does have the fire ability here, as shown. It's not doing damage, but that's really his only other decent ability. His smokes do assist the team a good amount, and that is what brought him all the way up to the number 6 spot on our rankings. In the number 5 spot, we have Pheonix. Pheonix does have abilities like his flash, which would flash the other enemies so that they cannot have a shot on you, and his firewall, which can heal him all the way back up to 100 HP. But his best ability is definitely his ult. His ult creates another character of himself, basically a second life, that does have a timer on it, so you can go, you can fight, and then when it does run out, you come back with either your health from before or 100 health. If you die well in your ult as Pheonix, you do go down to 100 health. But if you were below 100 health and die with your ult as Pheonix, you do go back up to 100 health. So there's really nothing wrong with this ult. Good character overall, but he does not have a huge effect on his team's performance. So for that reason, he is down at number 5. In the number 4 spot, we have Sova. Sova's best ability is definitely his recon bolt. If you shoot it off the wall, it will reveal the area and ping enemies that you can then kill. Another of his abilities that I've recently realized is actually quite good is his ult, which does go through walls and pings enemies that you do hit. He does also have his recon drone, but in my opinion, it is not that great of an ability. And then, last but not least, he does have his shock, which does deal a good amount of damage, but you do have to be in that small area in order to be hit. So for those reasons, we are putting Sova at the number 4 spot. now we're up to the top 3, and in the third slot on our rankings, we are putting Viper. Viper does have her abilities, like her splash of poison, which does deal a good amount of damage, her pad down here that will create a wall, and then again her ball of poison, like so. Her poison does go down, and as you can see, runs out. But her best ability by far, which is why she is all the way up in the number 3 slot, is her ult. Her ult goes straight down and creates a poison cloud, which will then reveal enemy players as they walk in red. As you can see, it does take up a lot of area, and you could take an entire objective with this one piece of your character. So for that reason, and the huge role it can play in taking back or just taking a objective, that is why Viper is in the number 3 spot. In the number 2 slot, it was really close, but we put Cypher. Cypher is a really good character, really close to the top. He has his tripwires, which will temporarily paralyze the enemy with pinging them on the map. He also has his cluster over here, which does slow enemies who enter it and provide a good amount of cover. His camera, as you can see here, is really good for recon, plus you could shoot a dart, which would then ping the enemies on the map. But his best ability is definitely his ult. Within 20 seconds of killing an enemy, you could use your ult on their body, and it will reveal where their entire team is on the map. This is why Cypher is in the number 2 slot and was so close to the number 1 position. And that does mean that in the number 1 spot, we have Sage. Sage is the best character in Valorant. She has her wall, which can block off the objective from enemies and be really good for defense, especially for her ult, which does revive a teammate. This could be huge because if you're in a 3v1 situation where you are alone against 3 of the enemies, you could then revive your teammate and change the game. You can also use your heal on other players on your team as well as yourself. Plus, you do have a slow orb. This slow orb makes it near impossible to really pull off a move on your opponent, and it is really good, and that is why Sage is in our number 1 spot. And that does conclude our rankings of the 10 Valorant characters. I really do hope you guys enjoyed. I stream almost every day on Twitch, twitch.tv/TaiTaiPlays. I'd appreciate if you guys drop me a follow. We will be doing videos explaining how to play and how to utilize each of their characters to the best of their abilities. So you guys will definitely want to subscribe, like this video, comment what you think about the rankings. Let me know. I want to know your opinions. We'll see you guys in the next video.